Good afternoon. Then couple words of about browsing effects. One example of that. And to be honest, I should have made that title as incomplete results from the fenced and non-fenced study plots. I'll explain soon why. Our aim was to study how fencing and site preparation affected the success of natural regeneration of Norway spruce and downy birch in Pomokaira in Sodankylä in Finnish Lapland. And this study area is under a pretty heavy browsing of reindeer and in a smaller extent by moose and mountain hare. Spruce, downy birch were the main species, but also Scots pine, silver birch, aspen, and some other broadleaf species existed. And Jari had those preliminary findings. That's just the map about this location. And these experimental fields are over 30 years old, and now you could say that, oh, you already have preliminary findings there. So I'd say that it's more like incomplete data which we have. I'll tell about that a bit more. We had 36 study plots, each 50 meters in times 50 meters in size, half plot and half not. Both halves were further divided into 3 management groups: clear-cut, clear-cut, birches saved, and clear-cut, birches saved, and area fenced. So we got 6 replicates of each 6 classes. The height and number of stems will be inventoried during years 24-25. That's our minimum goal. Hopefully we can plan some further growth experiments there also. But the previous inventories have been done pretty long time ago. That's why those are incomplete. Just some our own impressions based on one field visit. In the fenced plots, the regeneration success ranged from excellent to mediocre. In the non-fenced plots, the regeneration success ranged from poor to very sparse. Fencing seemed to guarantee the regeneration result of spruce and birch in fenced areas. But in fenced areas, heavy site preparation may not be a necessity for the sufficient regeneration. Couple pictures from there. The difference is quite strong between the fenced areas and non-fenced ones. This is picture of how the experiment, a couple of those blocks, how those are located, and there I just took ALS data and fitted in there. So numbers 1 are those clear-cut areas, and numbers 2 are clear-cut and birches saved, and number 3 are also fenced. So I'm sorry for some of you may not see these red and green differences, but anyway, the numbers 3 are always on quite dark green. The measure we used here is the mean height. And when we take a look on the total volume, it's quite the same. Some special aspects in fenced plots, large proportion of broadleaf trees survived, even though no site preparation was used. In non-fenced areas, the spruce seedlings may provide some shelter for the pine and broadleaves, since those were survived in some cases but only in case of when they grew within the crowns of those spruce. So their numbers were low, and hypothetically those could help to reach mixed species structure, but in practice it isn't so possible. But just another side of the coin, the browsing could of course benefit the spruce, and unfortunately we don't have the error bars and deviation numbers in this data. That's why the data is at this point incomplete. When we make a new inventory, then we will get those, and then we could say statistically, is the difference statistically significant? But it looks like that in non-fenced areas, the spruce could be even taller than in fenced areas. Just brief conclusions. The browsing of reindeers and moose limited drastically the regeneration of birch, pine, and other broadleaf species, and pine browsing may in turn help spruce regeneration by removing competitors. But fencing, as you know, fencing is not realistic in large extent, and browsing in Lapland, at least, it limits remarkably possibilities to grow mixed species forests. Thank you.